My name is Paul Edmund. I am the Chief Finance and Sustainability Officer at HEART Academies Trust. Sustainability at HEART is embedded in everything we do. It is crucial to how we make decisions, whether that's decisions around curriculum, around careers and green opportunities for sixth formers, but all really incredibly important in how we run our schools, so how we maintain and use our buildings, how we think about energy, how we buy things, what we buy, how we manage everything from waste to water are all really, really important. So it is a green thread that runs through everything.
Hi, so I am Anna Croft. I am the Director of Education and Deputy CEO of HEART Academies Trust. HEART Academies Trust stands for High Expectations, Achievement, Respect and Trust, and that's what we embody every single day with our schools, our children, our communities. We are very, very proud to have 6 schools within our organisation. So we have Bedford Academy as our secondary, we have Shackleton Primary, Caldwell Primary, Shortstown Primary, Goldington Green Academy and also Wilstead Primary. We are based in Bedford, and that's really important for us, is that we are changing lives in Bedford. That is our mantra. We want to ensure that our children are able to do whatever they want to do with their next steps, whether that's careers, personally, socially, but also morally, and that's why sustainability and climate education is at the heart of everything we're doing.
So as Chief Exec, you're the one responsible for the whole organisation. I have a CFO, Paul Edmonds, who is exceptionally passionate about sustainability, and he's spoken to me at length a number of times with the different priorities. I'd sort of pushed him away, and then the summer, when we had the hottest summer ever, it got to a point where we had children in school who either couldn't come to school because it was too hot, or were literally sitting there with water on their feet in plastic drawers. And at the same time, we were seeing on the news about adverse weather all over the world, which really brought it to a point where actually we see with the rising temperatures, education was being impacted, so we had to do something about it.
Well, my background before working in education is international development. So I worked for charities for international development and worked overseas in countries that are on the hard end, I guess, of climate change, and they are really experiencing it in their day-to-day lives. But it's very apparent that the UK is starting to experience it more and more, and the environment we experience today is the best environment we will ever experience. So if you imagine forward in 10, 15, 20 years' time, it's only going to get worse. Our schools are going to experience that, children are hearing that, young people are getting a better understanding of it. So for us as a school, I see our responsibility is to give them an excellent education in climate change and biodiversity, what that means, what that looks like, but also give them an education that is full of hope in terms of the actions we can take and the actions they can take. And we have a big responsibility to lead by example, to show children and young people what can be achieved when we work hard.
I think what's really important to consider is that sustainability in the classroom isn't just an add-on. It's not one lesson every 6 weeks so the children talk about it very infrequently. We really want to weave it into the curriculum, into every level of their learning. So when we're talking about science, when we're doing geography, it really does feature in their curriculum experience. But also when we're learning about fantastic people, so for example at one of our primary schools last week celebrating David Attenborough's birthday, we really want to make sure it comes to life for them in not just the curriculum learning.
We want to be a national leader in sustainability. We don't want to be just this small trust of 6 schools, and we've seen that already. We have people headlining at conferences around sustainability. We're the first trust in the country to bring all of our suppliers in and ask them what they're doing. So when they bid for any sort of our contracts, they have to prove to us what they do in terms of sustainability and what they can add value to us as well, and they have to sign up to our values. We
ran the Supplier Summit because you can't do climate action alone. It would be lovely to think a school could decarbonise and invest in biodiversity and that would change the world. Actually, it's a real community effort, so you need your suppliers to be involved. And the hard truth is more than half of your carbon footprint will be related to the stuff you buy that you need to use in school. So you'll need your suppliers on board and engaged. We needed to have that conversation with our suppliers to say why it's important to us, why it's important to our schools, and really set some expectations about what we need from our suppliers going forward. We also wanted to say we can offer help. So where we work within our community, but if we can help and support you as a supplier, if we can support your employees and staff to get a better understanding of this, we'd like to offer that. So actually it becomes a much more collective, wider community effort than us trying to do it all by ourselves.
I think what's really important is that we are preparing our children for a completely different lifestyle than definitely I had when I was a child. So we are thinking about sustainability as a full factor and really important thing for our children to be aware of. At the end of the day, they need to take consideration of sustainability and climate change now, so that when they're looking at the next generations, we've got more things in place for those children. So I think everything we do day in, day out is making sure that they're ready for those next steps, but also to be really responsible members of the local community.
Because one of the simplest things and most effective things you can do in terms of climate change and taking climate action is talking about it and actually celebrating where it's working. Very often we only hear very negative stories about climate change and the damage it's causing. Actually, to win hearts and minds and enthuse people and get people involved, talk about it and celebrate it. And I think working with Youth TV and the awards is just a fantastic local opportunity to be able to say, this is important to us, we value the efforts and work you're putting into it, and we want to be able to hear your story and celebrate it. Well, climate change isn't going to go away, it's going to get worse, so my message to everybody is get involved, because whilst it's getting worse, we still have this great window of opportunity to do something about it. I think we are the first generation to really understand climate change, but also probably the last generation that will be able to really do something about it to stop it getting really, really bad. So we are at this really pivotal moment. So my message to everybody is get involved.